Today we're going to create a Wiley-inspired portrait using Sketchpad. Let's start by clicking the plus sign to create a new page. I like to use the letter size in case I want to print out something I create. Now let's click on the smiley face icon to load our own image. So click on the clip art icon and click the red button to load your own image. Now you're going to find the picture of yourself that you took earlier today and select the image you want. Now you can use your arrow tool to resize and place your picture where you want. Remember that the magnifying glass will allow you to move back and forth between zoomed in or zoomed out. When you place your picture where you want it, you can click the green check mark. Now, if you want, you can click on the crop tool, which is underneath the arrow tool, and this will allow you to basically cut down your image to whatever size you want it to be in case your photo is kind of cropped out and you don't want any extra page space to work with. So Kehinde has a lot of beautiful floral patterns behind his artwork. So we're going to go ahead and click on our toolbox. It's going to be whatever tool you last used, and we're going to use the path tool. And I want you to turn off your outline and pick a fill color with a pattern. Pick a pattern that you like or that you think goes well with maybe the outfit you're wearing or really shows your personality best. Now we're going to want to zoom in a little bit on our face and start to basically outline your entire body, your hair, everywhere, so that all you see is a basic outline of yourself. The more dots you place around yourself, the more realistic of an edge you're going to get. If you rush through it and you don't put as many dots, it's not going to really take the form of your body shape. Then you're going to click around and close the path. You close the path by clicking on the same dot that you first started with. So you're basically creating a shape. If your portrait is right down the middle like mine is, you can do the second half pretty easy the same way. And click the green check mark when you're done. So now the edge of our body looks a little harsh, so I want to grab a paintbrush tool to kind of blur out the edge and soften it, make it look very almost regal and ethereal, give it this kind of glow. So click on your paintbrush tool and pick a color that best suits your background. So you're going to want to make sure the color is on your outline and the fill color is turned off. And lastly, make sure you adjust your blur setting to about the middle and your line width about the middle as well. Now you can go around the edge and give yourself a nice glow. This is going to help the background to your portrait not look so harsh against one another. So I'm zooming out so I have space to do this next optional step. You can click on the first circle and it will give you the option to click Color Fix. By doing this, when you select your picture, let's say you are in a really dark room and you want to make yourself look brighter, you can do that. You can adjust it if you look a little too yellow because you were very close to a certain kind of light. You can change the hue of yourself so that you look more of a normal tone. So this is basically just if you need to adjust your actual self and the colors that you're made up of. This is optional because if you like the way that you look already, you may not need to do this step. So now we're looking pretty good. We can go ahead and add kind of the last final two steps to our Kehinde portrait. We can go ahead and grab the fur tool. I think this tool just looks really nice to create kind of a vine for our flowers or leaves, whatever kind of pattern you're going to add overlapping the background in your portrait. You can pick whatever color you want, whatever tool you want for that. It doesn't have to be this. This is just what I'm going with. So you can draw those details in using the fur tool, and then later we're going to use the stamp tool to create leaves or flowers to create the rest of our details. So when you're ready to add flowers and leaves, we're going to go down to the stamp tool that's back in the toolbox, and we're going to click on what's underneath normal. And at the top you can write a word and search for what you want, like leaf or flower, or you can just kind of scroll through and see what you like. You can change the color of what you want it to look like. You can do a radial design or even more patterns. It's really up to you how you want to design your portrait. I would maybe suggest thinking about complementary colors. Remember, Kehinde Wiley's artwork is very bright and bold, so think about something that is really going to pop. Think about the colors you're wearing and the background you chose. So to adjust the size of your stamps, you're going to want to click on the scale bar and adjust those two dots to the size you want it to be. The farther right you go, the larger your stamp will be, and the farther left you go, the smaller it will be. And feel free to add different colors of flowers, different variety of flowers. and change the size of it just to give your artwork a little interest. And when you think your artwork is done and ready, make sure that you save it as a JPEG by clicking export. Awesome, so we are all done. Remember, we want to click export and download as a JPEG. You're going to click show in folder so it links to your drive. And if you want, you can right click on it and click rename to give it a new name, or you can leave it as is. If you're uploading to Google Classroom, make sure you upload it immediately so it will show up in your recents and it'll be easier to find. I hope you had fun with this project, and I'm super excited to see it.